Okay, sweet. All right, all right, all right. I am on my third Baba Yaga coffee because it's just that good.
Hell yeah.
And we're here with Corrin Cruz from Sugar Bones.
Hello.
Say hello to the people.
Hello, people.
Corrin, thank you so much for coming to hang out with us at Baba Yaga in the showroom on this special Halloween occasion. Gregory, thank you for joining us.
Had to bring Greg.
Okay, let's jump right into it. So you play in Sugar Bones.
Yes.
And you guys play like this very alive, upbeat, funk pop music. Does that sound
that's
pretty,
about right.
Pretty on brand? Okay, kick-ass. So tell me about Sugar Bones. How did you guys get started as a band?
Well, I was looking to get back into music after I stopped drinking.
Okay.
I was probably like maybe 6 to 8 months into the journey, and I was at that part of sobriety where you're like, I should probably start getting into the things I like again.
Yeah.
And I always loved music, but I never really took it that far. So I just got on Facebook and musicians seeking musicians, and I was originally looking for like an R&B project because that's kind of the music I was writing back home.
Okay.
And not a lot of that here, more rock and like bands and long story short, I was like contacting somebody on that page about I think it was like a neo soul project, and then the bassist at the time in Sugar Bones. Well, they didn't have a name; they were forming a band. The bassist of a band kind of went into the comments, was like, "You should audition for this band."
Oh, okay.
And that's kind of how it all started.
Okay. So like Sugar Bones was like already kind of formed, and they were looking for a singer.
It was a guitarist and a bassist that was in a former band, wanted to start a band again, found a drummer,
Gotcha.
and then they were looking for a singer.
Okay.
And there was no name to the band. And and so I was like, rock, like soul, like funk, like me, no. Like,
really?
Yeah, no.
No way.
I didn't think it. I was like, totally stuck on this R&B thing. And but here we are.
It's really working out.
I love being in a band. It's great. I love writing music. I just love the energy of a band, and I actually appreciate my voice in this type of music. It's fun I've been like messing around with it for the past couple of years, and I love it.
Well, you have an incredible voice.
Thank you.
And it's working really well with Sugar Bones. I think you guys have an amazing sound, and the energy is top notch.
You got to see us
really felt
perform this year.
We did, yeah. Thank you for playing Fremont Friday. That was so much fun. That was one of the best. That's like top 3 performances for Fremont Friday in my opinion.
Really?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Sean.
It was so alive and so electric, and there's so much passion and pain in your voice. Like I feel it.
I appreciate you saying that. Thank you.
Absolutely. I was totally moved. I was hooked right away. And you could see it in the crowd too. Everybody was dancing. Everybody was moving around, having a good time. It's like you can really see the differences in some bands when like they send out what their sound is or what their vibe is, and people are moved by that and engaged to it. And you guys have that 100%.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I believe in like having a message is important in music. I think once you find that, like, a lot of things become easier.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say? Let's scale back and let's go back and let's talk about more of your introduction to music and how you've gotten to the point you are now. What got you started being a musician, a singer, and wanting to perform music?
I always knew at a young age that I liked to sing, and I knew like even at the age of like 4, 5, 6, like I was singing like, I didn't know what it was called at the time because I was so young, but I was like, why do I sing like a grown-up? And it's soul, like it's having that emotion already very young. And so I knew my mom would listen to Keith Sweat a lot, R&B. I grew up with a lot of R&B, so I would be singing those type of songs. And but there wasn't a lot of music in my house. Like nobody was like playing instruments or was super into music. It was kind of like what was on the radio and stuff like that. And then once I got to 5th or 6th grade, I think 6th grade. This is super weird, but our teacher gave her students violins and taught anybody that wanted to join this violin group how to play the violin.
That's
so
cool.
I ended up learning how to play the violin in 6th grade, and I played it up until my freshman year of high school. And so that was kind of like I started getting more into music, appreciating music. And then as I got older, I was doing karaoke, and I started discovering my voice that way. And then one day I was at a house party, and there was like guys were rapping, freestyling in a circle.
Yeah.
And I was probably drunk or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I started like doing like background vocals while they were freestyling.
Oh, nice.
And they were just like, whoa, like, what are you doing? Like, that's super cool. So anyways, long story short, these 2 guys that were rappers from Fresno, where I'm from, California, they were like, we think you're super talented. We want you to do like something on our project. So then that started. And then I ended up doing like background vocals for a band. And then I started to write my own and record my own music, which I've never released these tracks. It's like R&B tracks that I've written.
Okay, well, hopefully they'll see the light of day.
I think they should. Yeah, I should talk to my friend that I worked on that with. But yeah, so then I discovered I loved writing music, and discovered that I thought I was kind of good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And then life took me here to Seattle, and it kind of stopped. And then that whole Sugar Bones thing happened.
Okay, how long have you been here in Seattle?
For 7 years.
7 years? No way.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's huge. I'm about to hit 6 years in January.
Yeah, it feels less, right?
Yeah, it does. It's like, where did all the time go?
I believe that the pandemic did that.
Yeah.
It kind of like took away some years, and it kind of feels like when things started opening back up, it's like those years started to begin again.
Yeah, exactly. Everything was just like on pause, you know? And I was like 24, 25 at the time, and those are like crucial years, you know? It's like, dang it, I lost like my mid-20s basically.
Yeah, and so much crazy stuff has been happening the past 2 years too. It's just
my gosh, yeah. Yeah, I know. The world is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's talk about your discovery and love of songwriting. Whenever you decided to sit down and be like, okay, I'm going to start writing music for myself, was there something that inspired you to do that? Was there something that you felt like you wanted to say, or you found that music had like a certain outlet in songwriting?
Yeah, like you said, like the pain, and I love that you said that, because I think I've experienced pain at a very young age, so I've always had a lot of pain to express, didn't know how. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, I felt with writing music like I could get some of that out and kind of express it that way, get it out that way.
Absolutely. I bet that's incredibly empowering, because it can be very tricky to figure out how to process pain and trauma.
Totally.
And to be able to have the talent and the blessing to process stuff like that through something creative is a gift.
It is. Sure. Yeah, it is. It's special. You learn how special it is the more you get into it. And then you learn how extra special it is when people like really resonate with what you're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, even just from you saying, you know, whenever you're just like at a party and you just start singing and then people are like, what? It's like you're a head turner. You know what I mean? It's like you start singing, or you have this stage presence. Yeah, stage presence that just really grabs a hold of people. And you pair that on top of expressing something that people may not be able to express themselves. Yeah. I think is a really beautiful thing. So let's talk about this record that you guys just released, Make Me Bad. I feel like there's a lot of songs in there. What I really like about your music is like it's very sexy. It sounds like it's a lot about love, and it's a lot about like, don't be playing games with me.
You're just hitting it all on the mark today. I love it.
Well, I'm such a fan of your music, and I think it's really fun, and it's the kind of music that I feel like we don't get to hear that often here in Seattle, like we're talking about. So here, let's start with this. How long have you guys been a band together?
We have been a band for, I want to say, almost 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
Okay, congrats.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
sweet.
We got together and started progressing really fast, like writing like I said, I discovered even through this band that I loved writing so much that I ended up writing a song every month that we were together.
Okay, nice.
And so we just like created this album pretty quickly. And once they told me like, you have free range to write whatever you want, it's like game over. So I just started writing a bunch of stuff and had a lot to say.
Okay, cool. So when you started writing songs for Sugar Bones, what was your process? Were you like writing songs on your own and then bringing them to the band?
Well, the way I auditioned was the bassist and the guitarist at the time that were in the other band brought some songs over. And when I was thinking about auditioning for this band, I listened to the songs with the other singer on them, and I was like, I don't know if this is for me. Like, it's totally not my style. But then I thought, you know what? I'll just try it out. The music is good. And so I was used to, when I was working on the R&B stuff, that you get a track from someone, you listen to the track, then you write lyrics for it, right? So I had the idea of them taking the vocals off of these 2 songs they showed me, and I would write to them and then audition that way with the songs that I wrote. So that's kind of the way I was used to writing. And so when it came to the album, that's kind of how we wrote it as well. As I get inspired by what I hear. I don't even know what the subject of the song is going to be because I don't know how the music is going to make me feel. So I have to hear the emotion in the notes, and then I kind of know where that's going to lead for music writing. Okay. And the ideas. I don't know if that answered your
Absolutely.
question.
Absolutely it does. I love that. I mean, songwriting can be, collaborative songwriting can be very tricky. And for someone like me, the melodies, the vocal melodies always come after the music as well. Just because that's how it's easier for me to speak through instruments. And then after I'm listening to the song, then I'm like, okay, now I can kind of hear how my vocals might fit in like a cadence with the song or something like that. So no, I totally understand what you're saying. Did you guys go to a studio here in Seattle to record it?
Yes, we went to a Vast studio.
Oh, classic.
Yes, we worked with an amazing engineer. His name is Cosmo Rossi.
Okay.
Very young, talented man. And that's over in Greenwood, I believe. Yeah, a super nice studio, very comfy. He made us very comfortable. Actually, on this album, there's one song that we mixed and mastered ourselves. You probably would be able, if you're a musician, to figure out what song.
Which song is it?
I'll let you guys figure that
out.
out.
Okay, all right. Okay, we got a little mystery task on our hands.
But with that, we learned, yes, it saved us money, but we kind of felt like there was some bias in it when you're doing it yourself or having someone in the band do it. And then like you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings by saying you don't like it. And maybe, so long story short, we ended up figuring out, hey, we should go record this in a studio, get somebody else kind of on it, and then we get all of our ideas kind of together in the studio. And, you know, we want to be taken seriously, so let's have our songs sound, you know, as decent as possible and, you know, mix them by somebody that's not us.
Yeah, no, I think it's incredibly crucial to have that outside perspective to help you, whether it's like shape a song or maybe be like, oh, that tom fill maybe doesn't really work right there. Or maybe this section's a little too busy. It is nice to have that like mediator.
The mediator. Totally.
Yeah, the like a coach or something like that almost.
He was really good too at like if we were stuck on something, he was just like, all right, well, let's move on. Let's do this. Let's do that. That's so important to keep things rolling too.
Absolutely, yeah, because it's easy to just suddenly like get bogged down and you feel like you're in like a sand trap or something like that and you can't move, and because we're so invested in like all these different ways, like you're spiritually invested, you're emotionally invested, and then depending on what outcomes you're looking for, then that can add like also like even a layer of stress.
Totally.
So yeah, I think some bands can really pull off doing everything on their own because they all are on the same page and they know exactly what they want. Maybe they also all have like the experience of recording as well. But definitely like for a band like myself, Balcony Bridge, we need that like extra voice to kind of like help, like you said, move things along. Okay, so the album is called Make Me Bad. And that song is like, you make me bad.
Still the best I ever had.
Yes. So I feel like that song is about, it's like, you know somebody and they just have like this intoxicating, thing on you, you know, that just makes you feel a certain way that you absolutely love, but they're totally toxic for you, right?
Yeah.
So how is it that became the title track of the album?
So yeah, you described that perfectly well, because there's a song called "You Make Me Bad," Make Me Bad. That song was inspired by my love for alcohol. So intoxicating, bad for you, but you can't help but want it. And so yeah, that's like my anthem to the love of my life. Still the love of my life. Like, I don't drink, but like, man, that was like the best time of my life. You know, even though it was the worst time of my life, it's the best thing I've ever felt, and that was like my true love at the time. So yeah, it's like can't have alcohol because it makes me very, very bad.
Very bad.
Yeah.
Alcohol is tough. I feel like I am reaching a point. I'm going to be 30 in December, and I'm just like, I don't think I want to be drunk anymore. You know, like, I'm tired of not feeling good, and also the level of how much I feel like I can really be myself when I drink alcohol is tough, because then it creates like this crutch, or like I need to drink that to suddenly like raise up my vibe and feel my best and like most alive.
Yeah.
So there's this podcaster named Leo Skepi or something like that. And
Yeah.
I follow him on Instagram. He's amazing. So funny. I love him. And he is also sober. I think he's been sober for he was like, I've been sober for like 6 months or something like that, and just decided to drink. And then he's like, fuck that, I'm not drinking anymore. But he said this powerful thing, that the sober mind is your most powerful mind. Do you subscribe to something like that? Like, do you feel like you have a level of clarity in sobriety?
Definitely, like 100% can't ignore that, especially the level that I was drinking. I was drinking like, first thing I woke up, the first thought that came to my head was like, I need to get a drink. Like, I was an all day drinker. Like, it was pretty bad. So it consumed my every thought, decision. I mean, it was all consuming. So comparing what I used to do versus now, yeah, I have a lot of control over my mind. It's very, what did you call it again? The power.
Like the power of the sober mind.
Yeah. Yeah, I have like self-worth now, which is super annoying. Makes dating annoying. You know? Before I could date and be like, yeah, this guy's cute, he's cool, he's fun, we're drinking, we're having fun. Now I'm like, oh, I have to actually like genuinely like being around you, and I don't think this is worth my time. You know, I'm more sensible, I'm thinking clearly. I'd rather do this versus that. I wouldn't be in Sugar Bones without the sober mind. I wouldn't be here with you doing this podcast without the sober mind. Like, I would just be stuck pretty much. So yeah, it's super powerful. You got to be really brave to be sober, because, you know, social situations, you got to be brave, be yourself. Then you discover, I'm actually not really that social. Like, you know, I'm actually would rather be doing these things. It's actually weird to discover yourself when you just stop drinking completely, you know?
Absolutely. And you save a lot of money.
You save a lot of money, yes. I mean, there's so many pluses. I always tell people, I've had friends on this journey. I actually started my own like meetings the first year of my sobriety. It was kind of like an all-inclusive, I called it the In-Betweeners, because I did do AA meetings just to kind of get my feet wet and try to figure out what you know, be around people that have the same issue as me. Yeah. But it felt really exclusive. Like, what helped me get clean from alcohol was actually weed, you know?
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. We love weed here.
Yes. And I didn't know that I could do it that way. You know, when I was going to these meetings, it was like, nothing, can't do anything. People even look down on you if you're like on medication for your mental health, or like smoking weed or whatever. But then I just kind of was at my wit's end and kind of desperate, and I kind of changed my way of thinking, and I was just like, well, I'm going to continue this sober journey, and if I need to get high and stay completely baked every day to gain sobriety days from alcohol, let me do that. Let me try that, because I've never harmed anybody being stoned out of my mind, but I've harmed plenty being wasted, you know? So
Alcohol is dangerous like that.
it's dangerous. You could be on the straight and narrow. You could be at the peak of whatever you're doing, be at your best, and then you just decide one night you want to get plastered, and the worst thing could happen.
Yeah.
You know?
Not a lot of good things come from getting fucking wasted.
Really, no.
I think it's fair that it's like we all have that time in our life, you know, where it's like I definitely have, and I've made mistakes whenever I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
And we learn from that, you know, and that's how we grow, and that's how we be better, and we forgive ourselves, and we just, you know, keep looking forward and make sure that, you know, we avoid those kinds of situations and put ourselves in a better place. So I absolutely commend you for being able to take that step and maintain your distance from alcohol, because it's better for you and better for the people around you.
It is. Yeah.
And that's currently a step that I'm trying to take, is like reduce my relationship with alcohol, because like, I don't know, it's a weird, very weird thing.
It's hard though.
It is
it's
hard.
everywhere.
And then it's everywhere, and especially tied to the thing that we love to do, which is music. It's like, for the most part, if we want to do what we do, we have to go somewhere where we are selling alcohol. Right?
I know. It's not like you're quitting. You're like smoking crack, and then you walk into the show, and everybody's smoking crack at the show, and you're just like, damn, this is hard. You know, it's like you're quitting alcohol, and then you go and you walk in, and everybody at the show is doing shots and drinking. And not saying it's any harder or easier, but it's just a weird concept to be like, I'm trying to quit this thing that's killing me, and when I go out, it's everywhere.
Yeah, and it's tied to this thing that you love and fulfills your soul, right?
Totally.
So yeah, the relationship with music and alcohol is something that I've always struggled with. But there's this song that you guys had, and I remember you gave me a bracelet, and it says, "Everything you already know."
Everything you know.
Everything you know. So would you mind talking about the meaning behind that song? Because I have my own thoughts, but I'd love to hear from you what that song is about.
So that song is totally, it's more kind of meant to be interpreted, because when I wrote it, I just kind of wrote what fit into the music.
Yeah.
But what it ended up feeling like was kind of like having the most feel-free moment with someone, like kind of just being carefree with somebody that you love is kind of what the song is meant to feel like.
Okay.
Even though it's not perfect, you know, you're kind of like, I know you're not the right person. I know this isn't the right situation, but it ends up feeling so wholesome and great at the same time, kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. I like this common theme of, it's like, it's almost like knowing that maybe something isn't forever or isn't particularly good for you, but it's all, I think, an important experience to have and to like go through these phases, so to speak, that will help make you who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the times like you're talking about when it comes to dating, and like you're just like having fun, and then you kind of realize like, oh wait, but this actually isn't good, or like I don't see that it's any kind of long-term stability here. Like that all like plays into like figuring out what is going to work for you down the road.
Right.
Which I think is great. And I think it's all part of the journey, and we all have like different experiences that I think get us to that same place where we know what's going to be good for us.
Totally. Like, how do you know what feels good if you haven't felt anything bad?
Yeah, that's true.
You wouldn't have anything to compare it to, you know?
So I saw this quote, and it said, "Her standards are high because her lessons were heavy."
Ooh.
And I'm like, yeah, that's very real.
Yeah. Live by that.
Okay, let's talk about some of the other messages that you want to convey in your music. What are like some goals or hopes that you have that you're able to send out to your audience that you want them to receive or feel when it comes to messaging?
Yeah, so Sugar Bones is, well, the name kind of tells you everything that we're kind of about when we're writing and kind of conveying our music. Sugar Bones means like talking about those skeletons in your closet with a little bit of sugar on top. So topics that might be hurtful or traumatic or hard to talk about, but making them fun and funny, because a lot of times when you go through traumatic things and you come out of it, you kind of look back and you end up laughing, you end up smiling, and you end up being like, wow, I can't believe that really happened to me. That's actually kind of funny that happened to me, right? Have you ever had like that moment? So, yeah, we're just kind of like talking about the skeletons in our closet with a little bit of sugar on top. So for this album, Make Me Bad, it's about, you know, those vices like addiction, alcohol, maybe people that aren't good for us, habits that are bad, talking about those vices in a playful way, maybe love that isn't really love, maybe love that we know isn't love, but we love it. So yeah, just themes of love and kind of like, you know, getting through hard times is pretty much the message that we're conveying.
I really like that. I really like that because I think that's something that we all need to have is like that perspective that it's okay to like laugh about things that are hard.
Yeah.
You know, like it's okay to like sprinkle a little bit of joy in there.
Yeah.
You know?
On the dark stuff.
Yeah. Because we're only here for so long and, you know, you got to make the best of everything. Okay, let's go ahead and segue into some quick rapid fire questions.
Oh.
Which are really fun. They're just like yes or no type stuff. But this way our audience might be able to get to know you a little bit better.
Okay.
Relate to you. Okay, here we go. Cats or dogs?
Both.
Nope. You got to choose one. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Nice. Hear that, Navi?
I said dogs because Navi's here.
Yes. Don't want to hurt her feelings. Grilled cheese or quesadilla?
Quesadilla.
There we go. Summer or fall?
Fall.
Yes. Fall all the way. Let's go. We like spooky season.
Yes, I've converted to this weather. I grew up in California, so this is like it was like magical to me when I saw snow in my front yard. I thought it was the coolest thing.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with snow, so.
Me neither.
Yeah, so you get it.
Yeah, I grew up in the heat, you know, and I lived in Florida for about like 4 or 5 years where there's one season all year round. You're just kind of like, this is weird. This is strange. But I love the seasonal nature of Seattle, and it's like it's just constantly moving. And I don't ever really feel too stuck in one season. I know a lot of people complain about winter here, but I really don't think it's that bad.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, especially if you're living in a northern state. Like other places have a way worse winter than we do.
Totally.
Here's one. Do you prefer to write alone or do you prefer to collaborate?
I prefer both. I gotta pick one. Oh, God, I'm not good at this.
No, it's okay. We like the best of both worlds.
I think I prefer to write alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then collaborate after.
Yeah.
So yeah, write alone because then I can when I write, I like to do this thing called like mumbling, which I'm not very. I used to be really shy to do it.
Okay.
So I'll just kind of mumble freestyle words and things that don't make sense, and then I'll kind of punch in lyrics later. So I do kind of like to be weird and do that alone.
There's some famous lady that I remember watching a YouTube video, and she had like her little like handsome assistant playing piano, and she would sit above him, and she was like hi ya ya whoa whoa and until she could like she's just like digging and hacking through the weeds until she finds something and then follows it. I think that's a really beautiful thing about songwriting is it's like sometimes you just really just got to start hacking at the weeds and just like pick up your instrument or just start singing randomness. And then suddenly like through the ether, you find something and then you just kind of like grab that string and follow it.
Finding that addictive melody too, where you're like, whoa, okay, that I want to keep hearing. And then you're like, oh, that's the chorus. There it is. Because it's like giving me little tingles and I like the way it sounds.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about your performances. Because you have like an amazing stage presence, like I mentioned earlier.
Thank you.
What are some things that you do to kind of get yourself in the headspace to like get up on stage and then like fully send yourself to your audience?
I just try to remember what the songs are about.
Yeah.
And then that's how I'm able to kind of get into, the performance. Because like you said, there's a lot of emotion in the songs. And sometimes you got to really dial in and remember when you're doing show after show after show, you're singing the same song. You're like, wait, these songs mean something, like, let me not forget that. And so I try to like remember kind of the feeling of everything. But yeah, I don't know. And then I love having the guys there with me, it's just a powerful feeling to have like live guitar, live bass, live drums.
It's
like
a force.
Yes, it's a force.
It's a force, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sugar Bones, you guys are about 3 years in. You've released your debut album, Make Me Bad. What are some future goals that you hope for the band, or where would you like to see the band going forward?
I would say definitely like going on a tour is a goal.
Okay.
Being in a local festival.
Yeah.
Like Capitol Hill Block Party.
Absolutely.
Level would be a goal.
You guys are
and an honor.
A great fit for that.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. So yeah, doing or like Pride or something like that. I would love to be a part of any like local. Sorry, I'm having
local
a festival like
yeah.
that. Opening for somebody.
Okay.
On a bigger stage.
Do you have like a local artist or maybe a national act that you'd like to open up for?
I would love to open up for Thunder
Pussy?
Thunder Pussy.
Yeah, they're kick-ass.
That would be cool.
Dude, that would be a great bill.
They're badass. Mm-hmm. Or just like, do like a whole female lineup. Mm-hmm. I just think I've been a few times on a lineup where it's like all female singers, and it's just like a really amazing feeling to be on a bill with just a bunch of badass women.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, so... but yeah, just kind of getting more outside of the city, which we did this past year. We got to play the Space Needle.
Oh, no shit.
Last New Year's.
What?
So
Dude,
that was kind of like an unexpected big goal that we achieved. I didn't even have it as a goal. I didn't even know it could be a goal, but yeah, it was an awesome experience. They basically shut down the Space Needle to do the fireworks. Mm-hmm. So there's no one in there, and you have to play live for no audience.
Wait, what?
Like there's like thousands of people watching at home, but like nobody's actually there.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That is odd.
So it was like a really cool, I was like, hey, if I need to do a live television thing, I've got the experience. So basically they're like, okay, when we point to you, you're live, like don't mess this up. So they point to you, you're live, and you just have to like pretend that there's like a huge, I mean, it wasn't hard to pretend because I knew there was a bunch of people watching at home, which was like such an amazing feeling, but it was super scary.
It is. I mean, it's pretty cool to get to play a private show basically in Space Needle.
Yeah, shout out Space Needle. Sugar Bones loves you.
Needle.
They like took such good care of us, and we feel like totally a part of their family still to this day. But
okay,
yeah,
kick-ass.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about some of shows that you guys have coming up. I think there's something at Sunset Tavern, right?
Oh, wait. Oh, I wonder what it is. Yeah, we're playing with you guys. Balcony Bridge.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and Mid-Pack.
Yes.
So we played with Mid-Pack before at our EP release, which was at the amazing Southgate roller rink. Have you ever been there?
Yeah, and you guys shot a music video for Make Me Bad there.
Which is out today.
Go watch it.
So yeah, the music video. So if you were at that EP release party at Southgate, you might be in the music video because it's basically that show, which is super cool. I feel like it's such an underrated spot if I meet a musician and they haven't played there, because it's just, even getting the visuals of performing there is so like amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what we got in this music video, was all the visuals from that show that night.
That's pretty kick-ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, something about playing the Southgate roller rink is very strange, because you're playing and then there's like this river of people just circling you mindlessly, and then you get like kind of dizzy in a way, and I don't know, it's like a weird hypnotic ritual of just like being circled by people. It's very strange.
I like the way you think.
Very
witchy, very witchy.
Very witchy, very witchy. Do you subscribe to any witchy kind of stuff? It is spooky season.
I would say like I definitely do things with like intention. Mm-hmm. I've been known to like create jars with certain herbs and kind of items in there, and kind of like put intention to them and kind of seal them and light candles on them and incense. So I kind of go with like what my natural, I don't want to say powers, but kind of like naturally what feels right.
Okay.
Like ritualistically. Yeah,
I love that. Okay, so I think I'd like to try to close out here with just maybe a sentiment on what you hope the music you play will do for people in the future, and what you hope for music does for you and your future.
I hope that our music makes people feel okay about things that they're going through. I hope it touches people on their sobriety journey, whichever way they figure out how to do it, because like I said, I tried doing it one way, ended up doing it this way. There's no one way to do it. And I feel like we should welcome more ways that aren't just kind of one way. Yeah. And I hope people kind of feel okay about dating and love, because it's really complicated and funny and hurtful and silly and exciting and then boring. So there's so much to talk about there.
It really is.
And for me, for us, for Sugar Bones, I feel like we've finally, after this album, tapped into a real emotion and a real message. And so I feel like this next year we're going to be doing a whole new album, writing a bunch, and I feel like we're really comfortable. And so I feel like the songs are going to become more emotional, more meaningful, and I'm just really excited about that.
Hell yeah, even deeper.
Yeah, even deeper.
Let's go. Okay, well, I think you guys have a really great future ahead of you. Super excited to play with you at Sunset. That's going to be such a fun show.
Me too.
So many people are going to be dancing around.
Me too. And you're like the fashion icon in your band, I noticed.
Yeah, I do.
You make some pretty bold moves. Yeah.
I do.
I like it.
It's fun, you know? I mean, that's what's so great about being able to do art and get on stage, is you get to be expressive and turn into a superhero.
Totally.
You know, so you got to lean into that and tap into that highest form of entertainer. You know?
I agree. Speaking of Southgate Roller Rink, we are playing on Halloween night.
Oh, okay. Sick.
Over there. So if you're not doing anything for Halloween, come check us out. October 31st is a Friday at Southgate Roller Rink. It's total. They have the best freaking Halloween show every year. So.
Oh yeah, kick ass. That sounds like a lot of fun.
And if you're not doing anything, feel free to come if you're free.
Okay, dope. Okay, well, Corrin, thank you so much for coming to Baba Yaga and hanging out with us and opening up and sharing your story and your journey of sobriety and what music means to you.
Thank you.
Again, I absolutely love y'all's band, and I love your sound, and absolutely admire your capacity to put it all out there and display, I think, your journey through your voice. It's really moving, and you guys coming around next year for new songs and having your feet under you and a good foundation as a band, I think you guys have a bright future ahead of you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. And I'm super excited to be performing with you and getting to know you more. And I'm so glad that you're doing this podcast again. I remember when you said you hadn't done it in a while, I was like, dude, after the Fremont Fridays, like, you got to interview people. Like, I want to be on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And thank you for having Greg here. He's a super
sweetheart.
He represents all of my exes. So. He's just, he's hard not to love. Look at him.
I love that. Yeah. Well, thanks again for hanging out with us. Be on the lookout for Sugar Bones.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Nice.
Thank you. Woo.
Cool beans.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm glad that we made it happen.
That was great.
Yeah, that was cool. Sorry about the camera timing out.
No worries, dude. You never know what's going to happen all the time.
It is spooky season. So.
Yeah, maybe it's good.